Welcome to the podcast today. I have my good friend, Martin. He is the Ecosystem Growth Manager at Orochi Network. For people that are completely unfamiliar with Orochi, what is it and what are you guys hoping to accomplish there?
Well, Orochi Network is essentially an R&D company, and we specialize in ZK-centric solutions. So you mentioned that explain to unfamiliar with people unfamiliar with blockchain technology, right? So to break this down to someone like that, I start with explaining decentralization because it's a very core root of what we are doing here. So picture this. Normally, your data, your photos, your bank details, whatever, it's all sitting on some big company's computer like Google or Amazon, right? That's centralized. That's one big storage, one boss. And if they mess up, get hacked, or well, you're kind of out of luck. And this is what the decentralization is here for, or one of the core reasons to eliminate this dependence to one single entity, whether it's an organization or a person. So imagine your data, like your pictures, videos, etc., split up across like 1,000 tiny computers spread all across the world, all coexisting and working together. And there is no captain in charge. They all share the same job, and it is safer that way because no one person can mess with it alone. Now, Orochi adds a whole new layer to this. So decentralization is a wonder on its own. So Orochi adds a whole new layer to this wonder, which is verifiability. Your data is not just scattered, it becomes verifiable. So you can check that your data is legit without even looking inside, thanks to something called zero knowledge proofs. And it's like, imagine if I've got an ice cream cake in a box, and I can prove to you that it's really there, and the frosting is let's say vanilla flavored, just like you like it, but without opening it, without opening the box. So you're like, yep, the cake's real, vanilla frosting, and you start, drooling and getting excited about getting a piece. It is basically the outcome of knowing 100% for sure that the cake is there, but you didn't even get to see the cake. And that's the general use case here, proving stuff's true without showing the details. And you can even choose what detail is private and which is public. So maybe the cake is vanilla flavored, but you don't know that it has strawberry or, let's say, chocolate topping. And there is one more thing about this. We apply something called fully homomorphic encryption. So it basically allows you to lock your data in a safe, and you can still let someone else use it without them even opening and looking inside the safe. So people can work with your stuff. Let's say you come up with your own, super duper secret algorithm, for example. You want it to be used. You want it to be useful for other people in the world, but you don't want to give away that algorithm itself. So now you can let people use it for math, for whatever they wanted to use, and without having to show the people the exact algorithm.
Absolutely. So one way that I've always heard this explained is if you have, say, a passport or you have an identity, like an ID, it might have that you're an organ donor, it might have your eye color, it might have all this information that you don't necessarily want to give to somebody. But let's say you have to, you want to go to like a bar or some kind of, place that has like an age restriction. You might not want to give them the full ID, but you could just present a ZK proof showing that, like, hey, without presenting the full ID, that I can verifiably prove that I'm 18 years old or I'm above a certain, age range, or I, am a certain kind of thing without handing over the entire information. So talk to us a little bit now that we have a great understanding about ZK. Like, what specifically are you guys working on in the ZK space? There's so much. There's proofs. There's all kinds of things. So talk to us a little bit about like the features you guys are bringing to market and what is really unique about Orochi.
Well, the ZK technology on itself has had quite a huge impact in the past. We can mention some past projects who've leveraged it, like Zcash or Tornado Cash, and I'm listing these because I see zero knowledge proof tech, and it is like AI. The tech comes first, the concept comes first, and its applications are being explored to this day. And that's essentially what we at Orochi are doing, exploring solutions to problems in the world via zero knowledge proofs. So we've got a separate R&D department for that. And right now, in the context of our existing products, the ZK database, the ZK layer, right here, right now, we are solving the data integrity, data availability, scalability, and interoperability in the blockchain world.
So let's talk a little bit about a common use case that we would see. So like talk to us a little bit about the customer journey. Would this be like an end user that uses Orochi, or would this be like data infrastructure? So maybe I'm a DApp developer and I want to integrate. Talk to them a little bit about like where they would see Orochi in the stack.
We have quite a lot of products. The Oracle and the VRF, which are our secondary products, can be used through our dashboard. It has a we've been polishing the UI quite heavily, especially in recent times because the usage it has boosted. You can access it through dashboard. You can generate the API in there really easily. And in case of our ZK flagship products, the ZK layer is still under polishing right now. But ZK database can be easy. It is on testnet right now, and it can be easily accessed through our SDK, or we also have an interface. And these all of these solutions have one thing in common: they are not really for end users. They are underlying tech. So it is B2B, and what we are trying to do here is sort of start with improving other products, other projects out there, and make them more scalable, more cost efficient, faster. So yeah, that is the start that we are working on.
So if we look at something like data availability, or you talked about, I know you guys have ZK memory, you have ZK database. Like, is this if we look at data availability, is this for like app chains? Is this for rollups? Who is the like ultimate DApp developer or the ultimate developer that's like, I need to integrate with Orochi?
Well, I think that this is actually quite broad because well, the sort of the default, the existing data availability on layers, they are quite congested, and this comes from a lot sort of DApps, right? So it is not really for any one category of DApps. It is for a whole blockchain. Like the ZK database is for a whole blockchain, and it can improve the speed, the scalability of that blockchain. So it basically benefits all kinds of categories. And in case of the ZK memory, it is actually quite easy to understand. So it's sort of an extension which can be integrated into any existing ZKVM architecture. So we've got EVM, we've got SVM, then we have, of course, the ZKVM. The ZK memory is just for ZKVM. And it brings huge benefits for developers who are looking to build on these ZKVMs. So pre-configured, but highly customizable suite to handle memory proofs, and this could significantly reduce development time and effort, and the developers can then focus on more important functionalities.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes complete sense. And talk to us a little bit. You talked about like testnet. Where are you guys at, and like who are maybe some of the like primary integrators? Obviously, we're here with Zero Gravity, and we know you guys are partnered with Zero Gravity. Like, talk to us a little bit about like who's using the product, and any kind of like success that they're having.
Got it. So sorry for that.
No worries.
The ZK database right now is it just hit testnet. It has been under R&D for these past 2 years. Main users, well, it is on testnet. So the projects and the companies that we've worked with on this, they are mostly still, just testing the solution with us to find all the flaws and places of improvement. But we've been working with Nexus to use our ZKDA layer, and Lumia with an agreement for the ZK database. There are actually quite more, but personally, I'm the ecosystem growth. I've been working with quite a lot of projects, so I don't really remember each and every single one of them.
No worries, no worries. Maybe we can talk a little bit specifically about one of the big focuses for us is on-chain AI, decentralized AI. Talk to us a little bit about let's say there's builders out there that are like, hey, I want to build, my privacy first, my AI solutions. Talk to them a little bit about how they could use something like, Orochi's suite of products in order to better enable either their agent or their model or whatever they want to build in the space.
Got it. So one thing with Orochi is that our solution can be used by quite a lot of different categories in Web3
Mhm.
and in traditional also, and of course AI as well. AI would be they would really benefit from the ZK database. I think this is a good one, especially with the whole OpenAI DeepSeek thing, where
Mhm.
from my understanding, DeepSeek developers somehow pulled data from OpenAI using developer API to train their own model. Let's say OpenAI applied the ZK database as their storage for data
Mhm.
to train their models. Users would still get to use it, and
Mhm.
competitors wouldn't be able to extract or see the database itself. There's no way for that because it is encrypted. Unless, of course, they take advantage of the end results generated by the model. That is something different. Yeah, so I think that's one way AI projects, AI companies could be able to use our solutions.
Got it, got it. And I assume these solutions were not particularly easy to build. I know you mentioned ZK database like maybe 2 years. You guys were developing it. Talk to us a little bit about like the development process and how you guys have gone about building your solution.
We have an R&D department for that, and the members are, well, I actually haven't met them. The whole team is based here in Saigon, but the PhD members are actually from across the world. I met one in Singapore. He's got PhD in cryptography. Well, the whole thing started with R&D, but the company had to survive in some way. So
Mhm.
we did have to stretch our own way by providing some existing tech. We sort of improved it, like the Oracle and the VRF and multi-sig wallet.
Let's talk about the Oracle and some of the products. Like what are the products that you are most excited about in Orochi? Like you're obviously the ecosystem lead. Like you have to pitch the products and be like, hey, these are incredible. Talk to us a little bit about like what excites you.
Of course. Um, the most important product would be the ZK database because it is actually designed to in some point in the future is it is designed to replace oracles. Oracles are centralized and quite flawed, and they are actually quite easy to be manipulated. So we actually had a recent case study, CBETH incident with Pith Oracle. So obviously oracles are good, but they are very flawed, and the ZK database is it is designed to fix all these flaws in the future. So I think that would be the one that stands out the most to me.
So tell us a little bit about some of the potential categories of like products and builders that could potentially use Orochi. It could either be the ZK database or any of the products that you guys currently have on offer.
Got it. Thank you. So, like I said, the solutions of Orochi can be used by a very broad group of categories. But right now, based on the recent like hot narratives, I would say we are very focused on DeFi, RWA, AI, and gaming, because all these sectors have shown their potential for a huge user base. And yeah, so let's say DeFi. projects running on a ZKVM with, let's say, integrated with our ZK memory. They can handle more users with cheaper transactions. Their products can process more complex operations without choking the network. And using our Oracle, they can pull price data for for the pairs fast and for an affordable price compared to the competitors in the sector. Because we can actually offer that because our source of revenue comes from multiple products, so we don't just identify as an Oracle. And yeah, so like I mentioned, the Oracle isn't even our flagship product, and the ZK database can essentially replace the Oracle in the future. And as for, let's say, DePIN projects with their system of scattered nodes, they can really benefit from the ZK memory. So less heavy loads for each node, faster finality. I can see DePIN projects also having need for our Oracle actually, and the ZK database in the future, because I've seen a DePIN project specializing in weather data. So we wanted to deal with them to use the Oracle because as long as there is a source, our Oracle can provide the data. The deal sadly didn't come to life, but the idea still stands. Deep-in projects can benefit from the ZK memory to unload the processing from their node infrastructure, whatever those nodes are processing, and also get on-chain data for any kind of data from our Oracle and later the ZK database. I should have mentioned the AI sector. That would be really good for the ZK database. As for the gaming sector, they could really benefit from our VRF called Orand. There are quite a lot of VRFs on the market already, but not like ours. Ours actually offers a way to get. So what is a VRF first? It generates random numbers, so it's perfect for gaming, especially blockchain gaming. So loots, character, unlocking boxes, gacha boxes, or outcomes that require true randomness, such as when I throw a dice in game. Oran can do this, and it actually has something called the batching mechanism, and it can process up to 200 requests per block or per epoch, whatever it's called on each chain. It also sort of solves scalability for these games in that way. So those are some use cases I can list out as an example for the various
Yeah,
project categories.
very yeah, definitely some very exciting things. So let's look, I guess, like three years in the future. Like, where do you see Orochi? Like, where do you guys see yourself being, playing a role in the broader blockchain ecosystem and like Web3 adoption?
Well, we do have milestones for every quarter and every 6 years, 4 years from now. Of course, there are many things that. Yeah, so I'm very proud to talk about that. Actually, our team is working on all. It is very ahead of the market from Orand, which is based on ECVRF, and that we brought to the market quite a long time ago. It's now become the only VRF library in Rust, while Chainlink and Go. 2ZK database, distributed off-chain database with ZK Prover for developers, enterprise. I think I'm quite sure that you will see it in all different sectors across industries, not just in Web3, but in Web2 as well. Coming up, we will have several products, developments about to be public. For instance, the ZKDA layer, Testnet, and Mainnet. That, of course, comes after the ZK database. We are planning the MPC mobile app, which will allow, of course, every retail users as well. We got to count those in as well to access the MPC at minimal costs or even zero. New researchers are cooking this now, and so we keep the momentum of research and implementation quite on track.
Very exciting. So, talk to us a little bit about some of the like upcoming milestones in the next few weeks that people can, or next few months that people can kind of look forward to. I know you guys are in testnet. Like, what can people look forward to from Orochi?
Well, at Orochi here, we we don't really, are in the business of promising mainnet dates because
Sure,
as
sure.
long as something is not sure, we are not going to promise. But right now, we are pushing quite heavily on the marketing side for the community, because as a B2B project, we provide underlying tech, and it is not very easy to create a community of users who truly understand your product. So in the upcoming time, we're actually having a retroactive program running in various stages now. The on-active stage it is still active now. We are launching the on-prover stage, which is in collaboration with one major party in Web3, which I cannot disclose right now. We are working on or working with the first NFT collection in Orochi ecosystem in collab with OKX and another party that I cannot disclose as well.
Sure, sure.
Um, I think that it is safe to say that we have quite a lot of things up our sleeves. It is sort of our road to TGE plan, and if you look at our timeline, if you look into the history, every few weeks, every month, sort of, we always have some kind of an activity for our community and the close community of ambassadors, and these activities are online and they are offline as well, because we are in offline events too.
Nice, very exciting. Well, where can people learn more about what you guys have on offer? Where can they follow you guys on social media? Shout out any kind of social media links, any kind of website they should visit.
Well, as for developers, I'd say the best way is to visit our GitHub. Our documents are very well prepared for there, for you to try. You can actually build with us as well. We will open up some repo, allow open source developers to build with us throughout the journey. And yeah, so as for the rest, other users, they can easily check our products and what we are doing on our website, orochi.network, our Twitter, Discord, and Telegram. But I think that to stay up to date, everything is really announced quite clearly and fast on Twitter. So might turn on the notifications for that, especially during the upcoming time. We have a lot of incentives for the community upcoming time. And for any sort of questions about the products, any inquiries, you guys can ask the mods in Discord and our system of ambassadors. We actually have more than 800. It could be more of ambassadors who actually took time to truly understand our product and are educating the community about it, online and offline as well. Actually, they did have some offline events too.
Awesome. Well, for everyone, we will put the links in the description so you can go, connect with the Orochi team. If you're a developer, go check out their GitHub. And to all the listeners, let's continue building the future of Web3 and on-chain AI.